Now, for your second question, which is really interesting, because Vishaka Nakshatra is actually the nakshatra that is given the color of gold. So every nakshatra also has a type of color, and we really can see how the kind of color resonates with the energetic aspect of this nakshatra. So yeah, Vishaka is the even though it's Rakshasha Gana, it is given the color of gold. So now, when you study gold, yes, throughout the ages, gold has been referred to as being a color of royalty, majesty, divinity, especially in Egypt. People who are giving golden ornaments to the dead pharaohs for the successful journey towards the higher dimension of the gods. But it's also a color of wealth and prosperity in many cultures. And yeah, the more gold a nation has, the more prosperous it was. But now, when you relate this to Vishaka Nakshatra, to create gold, you have to have this aspect of purification. So the more you put gold in the fire, the more it's being purified. So we see there is a lot of spiritual inclinations here, or a search towards spiritual perfection with Vishaka, and not many astrologers speak about this. So gold also never rusts, it never tarnishes, and it has a very high endurance. And what you see with people with Vishaka, including yourself, by the way, you see a lot of top sport. You see people with high endurance. You see sporters, professional sporting people. You see military personnel with this nakshatra. So that is quite interesting that you asked this question, because it is given the color of gold. Now, for the presentation, yeah, every nakshatra has a deity, and it is quite interesting because there's quite a few nakshatras which are given an Aditya solar deity as the ruling governing principle of the nakshatra. So in this one, it is Indra and Agni. And it is because of this purifying energy of Agni, this fire. Because what's happening is, with these Vishaka natives, they are very goal orientated, and they intend to make some mistakes here and there, and they have to learn from these mistakes. Also, Indra was very goal orientated, Rig Veda Purana demigod, very fixated. It's kind of a offensive character at times, and yeah, he can go to any length to achieve his desires, it's said. So because these natives can be very goal orientated, it kind of becomes an obsession. And yeah, Indra also many times his desires are kind of become ungodly, and he gets in all sorts of trouble. And because of these troubles, he has to learn, and that becomes the purifying energy. So in general, you could say, yeah, very focused on goals, overcoming these obstacles, learning from mistakes. These people very social, also socially intelligent, but can also be, because of the Rakshasha Gana, unforgiving and revengeful, and because of this deity Indra. So that's why not really a solar deity was giving the governing principle here, but rather Indra, Agni. And it's the only nakshatra which has two demigods, by the way. And the combination of these demigods, it's quite a deep reflection. It took me some time to prepare this class because you have to dive a little bit deeper here to really get into the details. So Vishaka, Sanskrit translation, it means the forked or branched. So V means in different directions. Shaka is a branch or a region. So different branches, different regions. The quality is sharp and soft at the same time. So there is these two directions here, and we're gonna see in what kind of two directions it really can go, because you can have top sports, military, CrossFit personnel, and on the other side you can have serious criminals and kind of psychopathic nature here also. So it's quite interesting. So if you have a position in Vishaka, you also have to look at the association of the planets, which house it occupies, and what kind of aspects are given to the position. However, the guna is still sattva, and the motivation is dharma. So there's quite a spiritual nature involved with this nakshatra. And then the Shakti also, here the power to achieve, manifest. The symbol is the archway, so the goal. You see, it's kind of Tour de France now, and then when everybody in Paris arrives, you have this big archway. So that's the symbol of this nakshatra. It's really the goal that you set for yourself. But these can be material goals, these can be spiritual goals. So the element is fire, and the activity is very active. So also a little bit here, Vishaka, Lalita, this Anuradha and Vishaka really go kind of hand in hand when it goes to social norms. Those Vishaka is also the second foremost of the Ashtashakis of Radharani in the Leelas of Krishna. And attributes and qualities resemble kind of Lalita also. So Anuradha, Vishaka go hand in hand. Vishaka is actually born at the same time as Radharani. So there is also, there is sometimes you have your goal, but the goal with Krishna is so unattainable, and what you see with Radharani especially is this great longing and separation to Krishna, and yes, and at the same time it is quite interesting how these premas and these bhavas they mix together, because at the same time they are longing for Krishna, but when they are longing at the same time they are with Krishna, and it's such an inconceivable energy to meditate on. So but that's kind of a little bit on the side, but make sure when you have a prominent Vishaka position that your goals are kind of attainable, and don't just dream away, because when you start dreaming away and these bhavas become very deep, you kind of not really with your foot on the ground, but at the same time you will be feeling amazingly. So I do want to mention here on the side that the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so the founder of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, he has actually a Saturn as the first lord, conjunction with Uranus in Vishakha Nakshatra. And yes, Srila Prabhupada, he was very famous in the 10th house, by the way. So very prominent Raja Yoga, Kendra position in conjunction in this nakshatra. And he was very famous for preaching the goal of life. He really emphasized the goal of life, the goal of human life in his teachings. And at the same time, we're dealing here with soft and sharp, his character. He was very famous to be at times soft as a lotus flower, but also be hard as a thunderbolt, the thunderbolt of Indra. So you can really see here the spiritual nature in Srila Prabhupada's character. There's a lot of teamwork involved. There is social work with Anuradha and Vishaka. There is community work, spiritual groups. With Moon, you could be very intuitive, having positive mindset, attitude, taking challenges. There's also this desire to be the best, when sixth house is involved, you have a lot of sacrifice. You vanquish your opponents also. You can see that in sports and military also. There's a lot of competition here, but eventually sattva is there, and that is, these people can sacrifice a lot to attain their desired goals. Now, next, fourth pada in seventh house or seventh lord, these people can have intense passions, and these passions can lead to difficulties. People can also intend to be in a hurry, and there could be, because being so focused on what they really want to achieve, there could be mental anxieties, a lack of peace of mind, or the other way around. So, especially when it comes to career, now, when there is malefic aspects or placements, these people, because of the social nature here, and they kind of want career raises at company meetings, social gatherings, they can put up fronts. So also Anuradha natives, they can act. So these can also be very good actors, for example. But when it goes a little bit more to the negative direction, they can become pretentious, can become courteous, appear joyful, but inside is burning fire, burning desires to fulfill the mission. But when the missions fail, and sometimes that happens quite often, they can become kind of obnoxious and revengeful, hiding negative feelings. But what I have seen also in my studies is that people, for example, can, if they have female or male company owners or CEOs or bosses, they can sleep with bosses to get what they want, or also ending up in marriages for the money. So it's sometimes very difficult to have real friendships with Vishaka natives. And of course, these negative traits, they can cause medical issues, and you kind of have feverish, migraine, people can vomit, there can be urinary infections and all of these. So on the spiritual side, they have to learn how to let go and find spiritual peace. This is really the message here, to let go, to find inner peace before this fire of obsession burns a great emptiness inside them. And that's where it gets very complicated. So in a spiritual sense, they can be also very devoted. For example, when they are part of spiritual communities, social welfare works, in benefic association, these people are very devoted and very kind-hearted. Now, with Rahu in the ninth house or something, you can also have fanaticism, cultish ideologies, and when it goes very extreme, these people can become possessed, and you will see activities like exorcism. But that has to be seen uh, with a deeper detail, of course. So it is really the fork branch. After achieving goals many times, they will also think, that's not really what I wanted, and they will set another goal for themselves. So okay, so the next point here is that through nakshatras we also can find remedies and kind of heal ourselves through everything that the nakshatra provides. So every nakshatra is also giving a plant, and this is one of the most important ones. The color also, because colors have dimensions. You can meditate on colors, you can wear colors, you can decorate your home with the colors appropriate to your positions. But the plant or the tree that is associated with the nakshatra is also of extreme importance, and in this case the tree which is related to Vishaka is the ironwood or nagash, and this is a very strong plant, tree wood, by the way. It is it's used in floors and furniture, and also the wood that you see in rail lines where the trains kind of drive on. So this is when you have the golden color here and ironwood, the name says it for itself. Ironwood, very strong wood. These people are being formed by the life lessons that they go through, but these form very strong people. That's why you see these professional sports, military personnel in one side. But then when this goes a little bit to the other dark side, the shadow side of this nakshatra, you see a lot of criminals because of the focus, and also kind of porn stars. When I saw Venus and Neptune here in 12th house, 3rd house, karma house. So it's, you have like kind of the light side and you have the shadow side of this nakshatra. For example, Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde Barrow from the Bonnie and Clyde story. These were all kind of criminals who killed multiple people in their life. Charles Manson, the Mad Dogs, so all people, robbery, fugitive. They were engaged. This Billy the Kid, he was in the Lincoln Country War. So these are all kind of natives with Vishaka placements. So these trees, they can heal you, and if you know these secrets, that's kind of, it's maybe not easy to find ironwood. The seeds, they have a lot of proteins and energy, so go try to find them. There's really they can give you a powerhouse of energy. The flowers are being used for pillows and cosmetics. It balances kapha and vata dosha. It's good for skin disorders. It cures fever, the itching of the skin, thirst, sweating, vomiting, nausea. It's used for deodorants, and even snake bites, poisoning. And what I have seen is ashleshas and Anuradhas and Vishakas, they don't really go together. So and you see here because they have the remedy against the poisoning of Ashlesha. It's anti-inflammatory and it increases digestion. It's antifungal, antibacterial. It blocks bleeding. It's good for menstruational bleeding and all these things. So very powerful tree is also associated with this nakshatra. So you have the king of colors and you have ironwood as a tree. So this please use the energy of remedy in this nakshatra, because you can make it very far in life. So in first house you see a lot of CEOs, bosses, also mafia bosses. You see high-ranking army personnel, top sporters, models, fashion industry. In the second house, cooks, chefs, professional chefs, negotiators. Third house, actors, actresses, TV, radio shows, dancers, writers. Fourth house, car racers, home decorators, interior designers. Fifth house, your children can have all of these qualities. You see also musicians, maybe day traders and seducers. Sixth house, especially this professional sporting, soldiers, snipers, police, security, lawyers, politicians. Seventh house, your wife and partner can have all of these qualities. You can see also marriage, organizers, speedboat racers. Because fourth of the fourth, you have these like kind of big vehicles. Fourth houses have smaller vehicles related to home, but fourth of the fourth, you see a lot of bigger vehicles like boats. Then the eighth house, bartenders. Because Indra, he's kind of a demigod, which is associated with a lot of dance and drinking. So in eighth house you see liquor shops owners, sex therapy, brothel owners. It's Vishaka is the forked one, the branched one. So the light side and the shadow side are like yin and yang. It's like completely goes one or the other way sometimes. Ninth house, cults, religious fanaticism, fundamentalist philosophers, spiritual initiates, spiritual community seekers, etc. Then 10th house, manual labor, public speakers, business, tycoons, also mountaineers. You would see them also in nature. Then 11th house, tax collectors, accountants, insurance, and 12th house, all prostitutes, alcoholics, criminals, yogis, and more spiritual seekers. Now, what I found interesting is that, you have Prashtrivedi, his book of nakshatras here, and Dr. Arjun Pai, his research on nakshatra, but Prashtrivedi, it's like a free download PDF, and for the research of nakshatras by Dr. Arjun Pai, I have to pay €50, but half of this is a copy paste of the book of nakshatras from Prashtrivedi. So it's quite interesting that this plagiarism is going on here with this, because I don't know what to think of it, because I was doing Vishaka Nakshatra and I saw that the whole list of career is a copy paste of the book of Nakshatra. So then I wonder how much is more copy paste here. Anyway, my presentations are very much based on Dr. Arjun Pai, his research of nakshatras, and Prashtrivedi Prabhu, his book of nakshatras. And my presentations on the YouTube channel, also I have noted them for the work that I have done, or done. And yeah, I owe them a lot, because it's through them that I actually had the opportunity to dive deeper in nakshatras. So, but when we dive a little bit more deeper to conclude here, I found this nice Bai's writing. It's an African community, and there's kind of a lot of poetry here. And when it comes to Vishaka Nakshatra, it's a very nice poem, and I wanted to share this for the recording, and then we will finish this presentation. So the poem goes like this: the more difficulties one has in the world, the more perfect one becomes. The more you dig and plow in the ground, the more fertile the ground becomes. The more you cut the branches of a tree, the higher it grows. The more you put gold in the fire, the purer it becomes. The more you grind steel, the sharper it becomes. And the more sorrow one has, the more perfect one becomes. The prophets endured a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm happy that you had a lot of sorrows in life. Fate attracts divine confirmation. Not until man is tried doth the pure gold distinctly separate from the dross. Torment is the fire of test, wherein the pure gold shineth resplendently, and the impurity is burned and blackened. So that was it for the presentation. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next class.